give me a quick mic check test, whatever you want to say.
Mic check, 1 2 1 2.
Mic check.
That's what I'm giving.
Mic check 1 2 1 2.
You know, I just want to welcome everybody. Whenever we start this show, man, my energy, I just want to laugh and smile all at the same time. But welcome to Man's Edition. I'm one of the hosts here, Chef Wilson. We're about to have an amazing time. We got an amazing topic. It's a little hot, spicy, may upset a few people, but that's okay. That's okay. Hope everybody's been having an amazing week thus far, because I have. I made sure of it purposely. Now I got this thing where I just think people can introduce themselves like no other. So we're going to start with to my left, my brother here.
How y'all doing today, world? Lee Polo. This is AKA Leon Johnson. This is one I can't wait for these group of guys to start going back and forth about this particular topic today, because I know it's going to be fire. It's going to be fire. I can't wait for the conversations.
Yes. And to my right, I have this amazing brother. I believe that he's very familiar to a lot of people when you see him, when he introduces himself. So I'm going to let you go with your introduction, my brother.
Yo, what's going on, ladies and gentlemen? It's your boys Talks with Todd, man. I'm in the building again. Thank you again, man. And listen, it's about to be a great show. You get offended, you can get off, or you can call in. Either way, it's going to be good.
And to Todd's right, we have a guest, and this guy has some amazing energy, so I know he has something really amazing to add to this show today.
Definitely.
Absolutely. Name is Carlton Millender. What up, though? Hey, don't get mad at the revelations. Just understand it.
There you go. That's it.
And see, we jumping right into this.
Yep.
This was a topic that came up a couple weeks ago, and it was followed by a couple people wanting me to talk about it. So look, what we're talking about today, are men done with marriage?
Wow.
Bow, bow. Now look, we'll go around the table, and we both, all of us, come from a different perspective with this. My answer to this is, I still believe in marriage, but my previous marriage changed my perspective on marriage.
Okay.
So I still believe in it, but the thought of it, I approach it very slowly, and I pay attention. Mm-hmm. Okay. So it's not that I'm totally against it, but things will change your perspective, right? So I said, well, hey, just approach it slowly, and I pay attention to everything. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Right. I ain't turning no red flags green. No, not at all. And so I'm going to start with with my brother here, Polo. What's your perspective on this? Even if it's not how you feel about it, what's the talk on the streets about whether or not men are done with marriage?
Well, I'm glad you asked the question because I don't believe men are done with marriage. I just believe men have options when it comes to marriage. So that changes the narrative of how we get married now and how we approach marriages. You know, me personally, you know, I've tried it one time. I got a little scorn. I want to try it again, but now it's coming from a different perspective because once you've asked somebody to marry you, they said yes, and y'all didn't get married. Now you start second guessing what happened. What was the dynamics that made us not get married? So now it's from a whole nother perspective. Now, like, should I?
Right.
Wow.
I can play the field still.
Yeah.
That's a very good perspective because I don't know if women know just how much it takes for it. That's probably one of the second biggest decisions a man will make in his life.
Yeah.
Who he invite into his space to share life with. So a proposal is just not something that rolls off the tongue. So just listening to what you just said there, Polo, and being left wondering what exactly happened, this is why we're talking about this topic. And Ty, you being married, still, I know you listen and you talk to many men or women. So what's your take? What are you hearing on the streets about this?
What I'm hearing on the streets is basically marriage is really a joke now. You know, nobody's taking it serious like that. You know, you got very few. And I think with the influence of social media and being all, you know, free spirited, everybody's not built for that. You know, so everybody can't live that lifestyle that most men or women dream to have. You know, some women might not admit it, but they like having two men. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if they want to live with them, but it's a thing. Most men want to have both women in the household and go back and forth and do that. You know, and it just don't work for everybody. It's not everybody's dynamic is going to be different. So I'm hearing a lot of negative things, really. I'm hearing about a lot of cheating. A lot of you are amateurs when it comes to that. If you're going to do it right. So you could, you know. So, yeah, I'm not hearing good things about it at all. Carlton, what about you, bro?
Yeah, I hear a lot of negative connotations when it comes to marriage, but I also believe that people not getting into it for the right reasons.
There you go.
Right.
Everybody's looking at what they can get out of it instead of what they can put into it and actually building. Growing up, my parents have been married for 42 years and still going. I've seen that foundation, and I still believe in marriage, but I think our biggest fear sometimes is marrying the wrong one.
Yes,
Definitely.
yeah.
Oh my God, that's like the biggest nightmare.
I've definitely. It's a nightmare that I'm still living to this day. So I've married the wrong one before. You know, it wasn't a good look, but
Yeah.
the good thing is I'm level-headed enough to deal with what comes with it. You know, because what's worse than marrying the wrong person is having kids with them too.
Oh my God.
So yeah.
Wow.
No, that's a toss-up too. Like, because then it's like, okay, which one is more poisonous? I guess at that particular point,
Yeah.
because they both gonna cost your ass as far as money goes.
Yeah, most definitely. And I can say I've been there with it. It was a nightmare and it was a lesson, and I did a lot of growing out of it. And that's the reason why I can sit in front of the mic right now and talk so freely about many topics. Always it was a passion to do podcasting, right? And that just further, I refuse to leave the best part of me in a bad situation.
So by you saying that, Chef, and this goes to you too, Ty, by you saying that, your tragedy actually became your reality, because if you wouldn't have went through that, then you couldn't be in the relationship that you're in now.
Yeah,
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah.
And that's just the part I can speak to in my life. And I interviewed several guys, you know, around my job. And they said they felt the same way about marriage and just the approach of it. And they said, well, we can't really even have the conversation about marriage because of the demands on dating.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're so like,
oh my God.
like the demands on dating is so heavy. They were like, man, it's like you got to pay a cover charge just to start up with this thing. And the conversations are so like, in the beginning, it's like you just owe them something right from the beginning,
Right from the beginning, yeah.
So they said we can't even have the conversation about marriage because of the delusional demands of dating.
Yeah.
right? So how that we get to the point, our man done with marriage, maybe the thought of it, because dating is just so heavy right now.
Yeah.
It is very challenging.
Well, it was like when me and Carlton was talking earlier. Dating is like the foundation till you get to marriage, and what I mean by that is that if you're thinking about marrying this woman or this woman's thinking about marrying this man, y'all should be doing marriage stuff.
Yeah.
You should be doing single stuff if you want to get married.
Yeah.
Yes.
And that's hard for a lot of women to understand because they've been broken up, and some of us men, we've been broken up, so we don't be like, well, I don't want to think about getting a joint bank account.
Yeah.
But it's like if we get a joint one now,
Yeah.
later on we know how to do it.
Absolutely.
So we can always dissolve it.
That's exactly why communication is key, and before you even get that far,
Right.
You know, I think for starters, people need to just go ahead and get out what their trauma is on the first time they kick it, because I mean, I don't care what it's gonna cause, but at the end of the day, at least you gonna know. You know, you gonna know what you're dealing with in the future, because a lot of times, us men, we fail by not paying attention to those red flags. We like, oh man, but at least she know how to cook. Oh man, she know how to throw it back. Oh man, we make excuses because of something we like or love about the girl. No, fellas, start digging deep and seeing what that dark side is, because that dark side could lead to worse things than what you could ever imagine. So definitely do that. I think communication, it need to start right there. Hey, listen, what are your real hiccups? What's something that people might not like about you that I need to know about? You know what I'm saying? Are you promiscuous? If so, we could talk about that.
Right.
I'm not going to answer those questions.
Well, hey, some of them might.
Oh, they will answer those questions.
I'm gonna tell you what I understand about women, and I'll tell my friend that's not my very special friend. I said, see, women's truth system is different.
That's true.
Oh yeah.
See, you just can't ask a basic question. You got to go deep in it. And then they will be honest, right? They may laugh a little bit, and which but they will be honest. But it's like playing chess. All right? So you just can't, fellas, you just can't ask the basic question, right? Because most men are going to ask her from a perspective like, oh, she's a lady. I can't say that. No. That's one of your boys right now. Say it, right? You get what I'm saying?
How old are you?
Yeah, say it with your chest.
Show me your license, but cover up your address. Yeah.
That part right there.
Yeah.
And then what we're going to do, we had a couple videos. I don't know which was going to come first. So if we can just play one of them first, and then we're going to have a little discussion about that.
We'll be right back, y'all.
Yeah. And it's
men are motivated by women. And it's like when the quality of the women has gone down so much, and the contract of marriage, it's like, what incentive do men have? Like, genuinely, what incentive do men have to get married today?
None.
What's the average body count of a 31-year-old, which is when you're getting married? Some are coming in with kids. It's like, what incentive do men have to get married?
I feel like
That's why I say marriage in 2023, it's not marriage anymore. It's something else, because marriage is for better, for worse, in sickness and in health, for richer, for poor. It's like, you do this, you cannot leave no matter. I don't care if he cheats. I don't care, like, whatever it is, you cannot leave. But women, like, we don't have that mindset anymore. It's gone. But it's like social media, like, we are so much more susceptible to, like, brainwashing from social media than men are. And there's so many girls that get on their phones and they think that there's a better thing coming. So there's no good woman, because every girl can have social media and a guy can come in and swoop
at any time.
Yeah, and so that's the problem, is like,
So what do we do?
She's right. She had a very valid point. Yes. I don't think it's built the same, because now social media has made it so easy to have extra options.
yes.
Like, I know a lot of men, they clean up online. You know, he was like, one of my homies told me straight up, he was like, look, man, the best thing about social media, don't nobody got to have your number.
That's true.
You can get a call off Instagram and you good to go. So it's like, it's set up so perfect for you to just have options.
It's access.
Yeah.
And then she spoke of the body count. What I remember, and it may have been an illusion, it may have been just our imagination, but once upon a time, you kind of thought you were getting something special.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Right.
And I hear a lot of women saying, "Where are the prize?" Well, you share the prize with everybody,
Right.
What's my incentive here now?
Right. Now you just a ribbon.
Absolutely. So,
I still want to cut it.
so
An honorable mention.
yeah, and that body count is a major thing. That's a lot of soul ties. That's a lot of spirits dropped off in you, and I think they kind of overlook that part because society accepts it. I think it came along with "I'm living my best life," sort of that saying that came along with women and stuff, and it's no more shame, right? So men, like, if you're at a certain age and you've already had children, right? You're already building your career. Marriage looks different, right? So a lot of women will lead with all their accomplishments, which mean nothing to us because we have them also.
Yep.
What exactly are you bringing to the table to make a man say, "Hey, you know what? I think I'm gonna hang up my hat, and this is the one." What are we doing here?
Yeah.
You know, so when you wonder whether or not men are done with marriage, I would like to say a lot are, because now with the women moving the way they're moving in the streets, you get everything anyway. You know what I'm saying? That's like going to eat at a restaurant and you ain't got to pay the bill. You can order whatever off the menu.
That's how women get down.
Yeah, I'm just saying, but for men, that's how they looking at it, right?
Yeah.
But when women think they're getting over because of the way they're moving, I mean, they're just pushing themselves. Not all women, because I have to do this disclaimer, but the majority are being viewed this way.
Yeah.
Right. So men are, and right along with that, publicly through entertainment, they're seeing guys just get tore apart. Right. So you get a grown man of 50 years old, and by the time divorce is finished with him, he has an income of a 20-year-old.
Yep.
You know, and guys like, man, I got to start. Wait, what is? No, I'm good. You know what I'm saying? Let's just rock with this relationship.
Yeah. There you go.
Hey, look, if you get mad, just don't call me no more.
Yep. There you go.
Block me. But, don't block my cash flow.
Right. Block everything else.
You know what be happening though? I think the biggest problem be like dudes. Sometimes we'll get used to that in-house. Y'all know what that in-house is like.
Right.
So, be like that, ooh wee.
Yeah. So you know you coming home to it, so it's like, man, I don't even like her, but I'm comfortable right now. You know what I'm saying? It's just it be like that sometimes, but I think that's where we have to really start thinking bigger, especially if we want something out of the whole situation other than just some good sex, maybe a couple of laughs and you know some fun times.
Absolutely.
So,
But I got to hit y'all with the devil's advocate real quick.
what's up?
So the devil's advocate is why do I really care about her body count? Because my body count 10 times higher than hers.
You know what?
The trauma that goes with her body count.
But-
you don't have the same trauma.
But here go the thing.
But this the point, though.
But I got that's all.
Look, this the point. Like, I agree with you, but don't lead with I'm the prize. But that's what I was saying. Like, I do realize we both have body counts, but nobody coming in like I'm super special, I'm the prize. Like,
Right.
But you know what I'm saying? But successful black men. Well, now we ain't talking. Now this is a small number of people now.
Yeah.
Successful black men. Most of them come in just like that. I got too many fellas. The reason why we having this discussion because they don't have to get married. Why do they have to get married? They're successful, they're single, they're heterosexual. They hitting all these things for a woman. They like, hell yeah, I want him. But now other women saying, hell yeah, I want him too. Other women saying, hell yeah.
And that's the
So
safest
now-
spot for him to
So,
put.
so that's why I'm saying we also as a society, especially as the head of the household, we got to be careful when we walk in the household. Say, okay, you might have a body count, but are you willing to go ahead, like Chef said, turn the other leaf? Because as I lay off my hat, you better be putting your skirt, hem in your skirt.
Yeah.
I want you to be doing the same thing. Because
Absolutely.
it's easy for me now, as a black male, it's easy for me. I never got to get married. I could be, what's that, poly, what it's called now? The new
Poly.
Poly.
Is it poly?
They with it now.
Yeah.
They give a new name for us to have a threesome.
Yeah. All the time though.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I didn't know how big that was.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I watched some interviews.
It's so big now that if you go on like online dating and things like that, you have some women that'll say, no poly, I'm not into this.
Yeah, exactly. Right. That's what I'm saying.
But what they say, I'm not sharing.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Hey, look, I'm not sharing.
And the ones that say that they're not.
You know, because when I think about this, and it's funny, and I got to jump in like you, Polo. Like, so let's think about this. When
we got a
here
caller.
we got a
yeah.
caller.
Uh-oh.
We got some nerves.
Caller, you on the air? How you doing? Caller, you on the air? Can you hear?
Well, they online going crazy, fellas. They
Well, what
online.
are some of the things they're saying?
So Cynthia said, marriage is a beautiful thing. Don't base your current situation on your past situation. Q said, when you find, the wife finds a favor. Oh, you find favor when you have a wife. So that's one of the ones that most people really believe
Yeah.
in. Yeah.
Okay, let's see.
See if we get him.
Hello, caller.
Caller, you on the air?
Hi, you fellas. How are you? How are you? This is Shan.
Hey, how you
I
doing?
Hey.
Hey, I was listening to you guys talk, and you guys are making some good points. What I did want to say was, as far as when women say they're prized, I don't think that it always have to just be about sex. They can have more than other things to offer other than just sex to be the prize.
Right.
That can be wisdom. That can be time put in. That can just be you treating the individual better than they ever been treated before in their past. So for a woman to say they're the prize, you don't necessarily have to always equate that with body count or sex. And to Deacon's point, when he was saying as far as the women carry different trauma than the men do, the men can definitely have trauma with, tapping woman to woman and thinking that's going to fulfill them. He can get that trauma too and can change his whole mindset on how he moves moving forward with, relationships or situationships or whatever he's looking to do at that time. So that's all I just called to say that little bit.
Yeah, and thanks for calling in.
Yeah, we
but we
definitely
were
appreciate it.
referring to the
Appreciate you.
video when they spoke on a body count, and just the psyche of a man. That is, virtue is very important, right? That's a very important thing. So it doesn't always have to be about sex, but you do believe that you are getting something special, and you hope that the person that you're asking to get married, before you met them, that they made some wise choices, because you have to deal with their choices in life also.
Yeah.
Right.
I agree.
So from a man's perspective, I understand what you're saying, but most men, I don't know if they would outly speak it, but that is very important. They don't want to walk in a barbecue and like half the guys like, oh, what's up,
that's such and
Shamika?
such.
Oh yeah, what's up? Like, you're like, wow.
You still got them
like,
stretch
hey,
marks?
look, so like, where do you know him from? And him. So it's a big thing with a man. It is a big thing. But you are right. But it is other attributes that a woman can bring.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. So I do agree with you.
I
on
definitely agree with you on that, Telly.
Yeah, no, that's a good point. Like I said, I'm not going to make it seem like that's not a point and that's not, to think about or consider, but yeah. Okay.
that.
We
Okay,
appreciate
Y'all
thank
you.
continue to have a good
Appreciate you.
show.
You too. Appreciate you.
Thanks.
And I'd like to say this for most of the mature women that are watching. Sometimes you can't change your choices in life, but one thing we can do for this next generation, you can talk to the ladies about making better choices.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go.
We cannot change choices and body counts, but you can say, you know what, let me give back. Right? I think they call them the aunties of the world now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
That would be their OGs,
that's
basically.
their OGs,
Yeah.
basically.
Yeah.
So we're kind of like done in that area. But let's just talk back to the younger people so we can change this narrative in our
what you can do.
community.
That's what it's all about. Go ahead, Paulo.
I'm gonna add this to it because this happened to me. I've actually got in trouble for walking in the room and everybody saying blah 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 blah, and I was like, wow, this is so double standard.
Right.
But that's when I understood that, okay, yeah, even though I feel a certain way, and like Deacon saying, he has a lot of truth to what he's saying, but in reality, my mother always said, what's good for the goose is good for the gander.
Yeah.
And ain't nothing new up under the sun. So meaning that women been doing what they've been doing, they just been keeping it closed doors.
Yeah.
So now that we on this new generation, like Ty saying, everybody open and free and doing all this stuff, we as men have to be accountable to say, even if this woman, she could still be a good woman.
Yeah.
Oh,
He could.
absolutely.
Right, I hate to use this analogy, but it's true. When my man say, the pimp say, I pimped down to my last chick, and then that's the one I married. You know what I'm saying? That means she was doing a lot of stuff before he married her.
Right.
Absolutely.
She married the
She
person.
proved herself.
Right, he married the person, not the body.
Yep.
So we have to
Absolutely.
look at that. We have to weigh that as men, as kings, walking into these different relationships.
Yeah.
Because I know I want to be married, but I had to deal with all the stuff Ty said. Be real about it.
Yeah.
And absolutely. One other thing that came up when I talked with the gentleman, they were just saying basically that women don't seem like they're prepared for what they're requesting.
They're not.
And
No, they're not at all.
when-
A lot of them not.
So what do you mean by that? They say they want the marriage, they want the commitment, but they're having a hard time letting go of the street mentality,
Yeah.
letting go of the street, right?
Yeah.
It's hard. They sampled the tea. You know what I'm saying? And it's a hard time giving it up, right?
Yeah.
Or the past hurt.
Right. So
The
it's
past-
like
what the other dude did.
So we should most definitely look at the person in front of us and maybe how they develop. But like the guys are saying, ladies, you have to be more prepared for what you're asking for. And that means you have to start moving different, right?
Absolutely.
Changing your
Because
mentality.
if I'm looking for my phone, I'm looking for everything that looks like a phone. So if a man is looking for a wife, you got to move like one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're going to walk right past you.
Absolutely.
I'll do it every day.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Until I have somebody special in my life now, but I would just have to say that, you know. You have to most definitely, I think someone just posted about when a man finds a wife, he finds favor, right?
Yeah.
We're looking. We just don't see you.
Yeah. and you know what, fellas? While you on the hunt for your wife, or if you already in a relationship thinking about marrying her, make sure she wants to be a wife and not just want the wedding, not just want the show.
Oh, that
man,
is
that's so-
key.
Make
Oh,
sure she don't just want all the gifts and look what you did, girl.
Yeah.
Ah.
You got me
no,
one.
no.
Oh my
No,
God.
don't do that. If fellas, just pay attention to that. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah,
I'm not saying every woman gonna be like that, but there are signs.
Yeah.
Make sure it ain't about the show. Make sure she really want to do this.
I know all about it. 3 weeks later, me and my girl's going out. I'll see you tomorrow. I'll see you later on. You know
Right.
what I'm
That's the
saying?
given.
Yeah.
That's
Wow.
the given right there.
Oh yeah, because a lot of ladies, it's all cute when that proposal go down.
Yeah.
But the real work begins after the acceptance of that proposal.
Absolutely.
And a lot of ladies are not equipped from an emotional standpoint or a spiritual standpoint to proceed down that road. They're not willing to do the work.
But Carlton, you said it earlier though. You said it earlier about when you were saying about how the situation where the person had the other people,
Yes.
when other people be in people's ears.
And yes, yes.
And that's the other part. You got to watch your
Yes.
circle. When you decide to get married,
Yes.
some people in your circle got to fall off.
Yes.
absolutely.
Yes, and I was dealing with someone that wasn't really willing to do that. She was, I had to ask her, I said, you value your friends' opinions a lot, don't you? Your lady friends, huh? And she was like, well, my friends are important to me. I said, well, guess what? I said, if your friends' importance trumps me, I said, we ain't gonna make it.
Absolutely.
That's real.
That's how
real.
it started and how it would be.
Yep.
And I agree with that. I think both you guys touched base on that. And like I said earlier, you got to be prepared to move different.
Yes.
You got to be prepared to move different and stuff, ladies. And because the topic today, are men done with marriage? We're not done with marriage. We're just approaching it slower. We're looking at it from a different perspective. Because from a man's perspective, once we get married, automatically most guys feel that we have a lot to lose. Like that old saying, it's cheaper to keep her. And it took me a while to get that part and why people back in the day got married in the 60s and 70s, never got a divorce, because they knew what we didn't know.
Yeah.
You know,
They knew the cost from
like
it.
they've been separated for 25 years.
But they still on paper together.
Yup. Some of them got new kids and everything. Like, welcome. Let's blend
That
this
obituary
family.
come up that such and such been married for 55 years.
Exactly.
So we get this part. We have one more video. I think we can play real quick.
Yeah, we'll be right back, y'all.
Men don't want to marry anymore because the risk outweighs the benefits. There's a risk that comes with marriage that essentially only benefits a woman. A man marries you and can only hope that one day you don't wake up and say, I feel like I don't love you anymore and I want to leave and you can't do anything about it. According to ASA, 70 to 80% of divorces are initiated by women. Among college-educated women, it jumps to 90%. You know what's crazy? I mean, a lot of us women don't have anything a man actually wants that we can bring to the table.
So I have to address that last part. A lot of women are leading with credit scores and what they're making and their accomplishments, but we really don't care about that.
Yeah.
We have a provider mentality, so that means very little to us. It's something that can be added, but if you most definitely can bring peace and keep peace and add on to what are already established, and we can build together, right? So most definitely, like the Andis out here, talk less about being strong and independent and accomplished women. I just say don't talk about it at all, but less. And talk more about being a helpmate, what that truly means, and how not to be afraid of the word submissive.
Wow.
You know, can we just because there's a lot of intelligent women out here. Can y'all really research that out so women are not so afraid of that and not running from the word accountability? Can we talk to that one also? That's what making men right now, this topic that we're talking about, kind of done with marriage for a second. You know, the younger men are most definitely, they've seen uncles, cousins, people on media just tore apart. And I would like to tell you, ladies, like when a man, when he gets a divorce, he is really, it's a bad thing. He's tore apart because his vision, like men like building their kingdom, and they just see their whole kingdom and their vision collapse. And women don't realize that. And then and women do realize it because, like, if she make it home before you and you turn that key, everything will be gone. Everything that you built, anything that was important to you will be gone out of that house. And if she can't get it at that point, she'll get it in court. And that's what we're seeing. And that's why men are slow to approach marriage. It's not that we don't want to be committed and we don't love you guys. We really do. We just want you guys to get it.
And ladies, that's another thing too. Like, I really need y'all to understand that when a man takes his time to come and approach you, he wants to talk to you, or he shows some type of interest, he really does not care about your accolades. He's looking at the visual, what he sees right in front of him. He don't care if you work at McDonald's or scrub floors. He just looking at you. Like, oh, you caught my eye. So he doesn't care about everything else. Like, if you got that, that's cool, but that's your thing. That has nothing to do with that man. So that doesn't have to be brought to the forefront, especially if it's not asked. You know, you don't have to lead with that. Y'all say we lead with money, and that's why we get. Well, when you lead with what you lead with, you're gonna get what you get, which is a good time and a goodbye.
And we're gonna lead with money. And we're gonna lead with money anyway, because half the time, what can you do for me? Can you give me this sew in and this and that?
But my thing really is that if you are an accomplished woman, the chef already said it. You do have to learn how to submit. We're not saying bow down. We're saying submitting, because you've already attained this level of life, which is cool. You're looking for a relationship. That's a different level in anything. So you have to be able to submit to find the relationship side. The financial side, you cool on. So we should never have a discussion about financials. We should totally be looking at relationships. And if the worst case scenario is asking me, what is your goals to achieve what you want out of life, and how can I help you achieve that?
Absolutely.
That's real. That's real. See, now if a situation ever started off like that, I don't see how anything could go wrong. It won't be perfect, but
it'd be totally different.
It'd definitely be different. That's why communication and just being honest. You know what I'm saying? I'd rather throw myself under the bus with anybody before somebody else get to telling them their side of the story. And I've done that. I don't care.
Oh yeah, it's best to control your own narrative for sure.
For sure.
And you know, I agree. My friend now approached me, and she said, if it's anything I can do for you, if I could, whatever I can change, add, just let me know. Just let me know if there's anything I can help you with. And that's actually what man wants to hear. Just being very authentic with it, right? Like, not just say it more. I mean, say it more than once, like every other day. It's if anything I can help you with. Right? What is that? That doesn't cost you anything, ladies. Right? Because if you get the right man in your life, you will get the same treatment. You will benefit. I think the security part of the relationship for a woman is knowing that I don't have to be in these streets with multiple men trying to find the right man. That's the security that a good man that comes in your life that wants to be with you, he takes that off of you. And a lot of women won't admit it, but that's a big major thing for them. Like, I'm making major mistakes and regrets trying to find the right man out here.
Yep.
So when you do, and you have to submit or ask, like I said, if it's anything I can do for you, just let me know. It will be reciprocated. But just think about that security part. And I think in society, when we think of security, everybody go to monetary money. No, it's a different type of security out here. Welcome to the show. This is Chef Wilson. Who am I speaking with?
Oh, my name is Levon. How you doing?
Hey,
What
Levon,
up, bro?
how are you?
What up, though?
What's up, my guy?
Oh, I'm good, man. I was looking at the topic, and it's a good topic. And I agree. I don't think men are done with marriage. It's just that, we a little disappointed with how laws is more beneficial for the ladies than us. And, at any given moment, or emotional moment, they can hang it up. And like y'all said, it can destroy your whole kingdom. But we as fellas, we really got to do our homework.
Yep.
So we won't be in these situations and we can maintain our kingdom. First thing as fellas, we got to understand that what God expects out of us, out of man, being a man for one. Then secondly, men got to take time out to know what God expects out of a woman. And it's all in the Bible,
Yeah.
It's a part in the Bible when he explains what is a virtuous woman. And key things to a virtuous woman is, yes, you don't be argumentative. Yes, you're supposed to be pleasing to his sight at all times. Yes, you're supposed to bring a skill to help the man increase his value in money.
Yeah.
And I ain't trying to say that women should make money. They can make money too. But at the same note, you got to put yourself in a situation in which when y'all work together, you increase in value together. So both the man and the woman can be rich also.
Absolutely.
Yeah, you're right.
But another thing to come to play with that, you both got to make God first.
Yes.
Yep.
So by you making God first, you have standards in the relationship. You can't have a worldly woman and then expect her to come in and know how to be submissive, know not to be having herself all out on social media half naked when she have a relationship with a man. All these things got to be seriously discussed with your girl before y'all even get married, because you have understandings on these things.
Yep.
Yeah,
Communication is key.
So therefore, she have an understanding of who and what you are as a man, and she have an understanding of what you want and what's your expectation out of the woman.
That's real.
Absolutely.
But me personally, I want a woman that makes some money. I don't got time to be having a grown child, man, because it sounds good. You know what I'm saying? I'm paying for every goddamn thing and this and that. I'm the man. I'm paying for everything. This and that. It's awesome. But what I experienced and what I've seen throughout my life in relationships like that, the wife becomes a monster, man.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
They get real entitled. They get too spoiled. Because we doing our job. We getting them good things. You get the vehicle you want. You vacate like you want to. And then it turned into a whole flex thing, because ladies got to show other ladies, I'm this, I'm that, I got this, I got that. My man is this. Your man ain't that. Look at my man. And they become monsters in certain cases.
Right. Absolutely.
And then if the man ain't mentally strong enough or not spiritually strong enough or don't have enough hold on his woman to take her to the side to correct this issue, it's a divorce.
Yeah.
It's a divorce. You know what I'm saying? It's a divorce. So it all depends on the man. You can have a man that can do that and be strong in his masculinity. You got some men that be like that and they live on the soft side because they do what they need to do just to keep their wife quiet.
Right.
No.
And after a while, it's too late. You didn't gave in so much. It's a wrap.
It's a wrap. I agree. Well, we thank you for calling in.
Yeah, thank you, bro. We appreciate it.
No problem, man. You know, it's a great topic. You know, I just hope brothers just take their time and do their homework, man. You know, I get it. These ladies look good. You want to do your thing with them, but you better get in their head.
There you go.
Absolutely.
That's the most important part out of everything. And it's for me, like I said, I want a woman to make some money, because when you both investing in a relationship and you done seen everything you done did together with your money, and you look up like, hey, man,
Yeah.
am I gonna have this same lifestyle when we break up?
Exactly.
Time,
Exactly.
emotionally, physically, spiritually, financially, I put in this relationship.
Right. Hey,
You
Levon.
want to put your significant other in a situation of, look, dang, you don't want her to be able to walk away so easy. You want her to sit back and think like, hell, let me talk to him one more time or something.
We're going to have a part 2, and we're going to ask you to call in.
Yeah.
Or possibly be a guest.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Personally, I experienced that.
Okay, well, we're going to have a part 2
That's
on
why it's
this.
easy for me to say it. Because one time, me and my wife, we had a real bad falling out. And we looked at how much we'd invested in this relationship.
I said nope.
And we had to look at each other like, maybe let's just sit down and just get this respect thing together so we can get this right.
Bet. We gonna get you on the show.
Yeah.
We gonna have you on, bro. I'm gonna definitely let you know, man. Appreciate you.
All right.
We about to
No
get
problem. Y'all brothers maintain.
for sure.
Hey,
All right, man. Peace.
So I appreciate the caller, and one thing I got out of that, it's building together. So
Oh, caller, whoever called in, please call back in, man.
please
We got a
call
little
back in.
time. Call back in,
yes, we
please.
do. So the topic we're talking about today, are men done with marriage? No, we're not done with marriage, and I think everyone on the panel, or even a caller who called in, said we still believe in marriage.
Absolutely.
We just have now we're approaching it differently. The men are educated now. Educated why? Because of trauma. And if it wasn't your trauma, you are someone else's trauma that educated you. Yes. Okay, so men are approaching things a little bit different because of social media. And I believe this is the way I am now. I speak out things. I may say, hey, sweetheart, I love your energy and I love your heart, but I just don't like the way you're moving right now. You're going to have to change a couple things, right? And not to have the fear that I'm going to lose this thing, but you almost have to break something in order to keep it, right? And you can't be in fear of men to lose something. That way, you guys, you guys set aside your standards and boundaries because of beauty, right? And beauty is not always going to be there. Okay, we had a caller back there.
It's very subjective.
Yeah.
Very.
What's going on, caller? How you doing?
I'm doing great. How about you fellas?
Doing good. What's going on?
Nothing much. What up, cuzzo?
Nothing much.
So I just wanted to chime in right quick. I'm seasoned.
Okay, seasoned.
And yeah, I'm seasoned. I'm an auntie out here in this game.
Oh, you're auntie.
Hey, what up, auntie?
All right.
And I just want to say something about that submissive part. That submissive part, it is not that. At least the ladies that I talk to, and I'm out here 7 days a week out here in these streets, talking to a lot of people, and it's not that they have a problem with being submissive. It's one, a lot of males don't know what that means on their end either.
That's true. That's true.
That's real.
I think I agree with you.
That's
Because
true.
it's a difference of me being submissive and you thinking that you running me like I'm your child. It's a difference.
That's true.
I am very, very submissive to my fiance. I'm very submissive to him. I talk to him about everything to the point where there are things that he'll come back and go, so you ain't got to run this by me, right? No, you can, make these decisions. But I decided to do this relationship different than my prior ones. I was married twice, and I 100% ran those marriages and those males. And I saw that didn't give me a good feeling.
Wow.
It felt wrong. It felt awkward.
Wow,
and
thanks for your transparency.
Yes, I wanted an alpha male. And some alpha males, though, they take that as your weakness. being submissive.
See, you know,
So
I'll tell you
think
the way
about that.
when I, from my perspective of submissive, I look at it from a couple of different perspectives, and you can be submissive for the marriage, for the relationship, and the vision for the relationship. So that's actually what you're being submissive to. So if you sit down, if a man is leading properly, he will tell you you're not moving right. You know, I enjoy you, I really like you, I love you a lot, but I just don't like the way you're moving right now for the relationship, right? It's just not for me. So I think if women look at it and men get a full understanding of it, you're really being submissive to God's word, and then you're being submissive for the vision for the marriage. That's really what you're being submissive for. That's going to bring you home on time and in the same day. You know what I'm saying?
That's true. Yeah, we definitely.
I definitely understand that. I guess just for me, I don't call it being submissive. I call it being obedient.
Obedient, I like that also.
To what the path that God has me on. And sometimes it's not always a cute path, and I think that's where people altogether, men and women, get marriage messed up at. It's not going to be roses and peaches and cream all the time.
Right.
Your love is supposed to show during those messed up times more than anything else, because it's easy to love when everything is smelling good.
All day.
All day.
The hard work and the real work and the love, you'll see that when things smell like shit.
Yeah. You know what? And you know what I enjoy about your conversation, and I've really listened. In your conversation, you said, I wanted to do things different this time. And then you were transparent about your previous relationships, and you had accountability. And that's real big. So I know that whoever you're with, he's blessed. He will be blessed. Because, you had in this conversation with us transparency about how you used to be and accountability. And we love that quality in ladies. So thank you for calling in.
Yeah,
with
we
that,
appreciate
Auntie.
it. Because those are two
You're so
things.
very
You're
welcome.
awesome.
I'm just trying to teach the rest of these young girls. They doing it the wrong
Hey, get on the game.
That's dope. That's dope.
Thank you, Steve.
We appreciate you.
You're
Thank you so
welcome,
much.
you fellas. Have
sure.
a good one.
You too.
Have an amazing evening.
Yeah, that was real.
Wasn't that
those
amazing?
And those were two words that most women run from.
They do.
Submissive and accountability.
And that's what they're saying online right now. People asking about accountability, and Chef already said it, and it's so crazy because I typed back. I said accountability is being submissive.
Yes.
If you're accountable, it changes the way you move.
Absolutely. Because if you, when I listen, I got a lot of lady friends, and I hate to say it, but every time they tell their breakup stories, it was always his fault.
Yep.
They never, very seldom say what they did or contribute until I asked the right way.
And even if they do try to take accountability, it's like halfway they'll say, well, I did this, but it's because he did this and he did this. So it's like, okay, you're about to admit it, but you're taking it back to absolve yourself.
Exactly. Absolutely. We have a few minutes left. Is there anything that, with the few minutes, we keep it short, that you guys would like to add? I'd like to start with our special guest. Do you have anything you want to add? And
I have not given up on marriage yet. I'm about to be 40 in September. I'm still looking for a wife. I ain't gave up yet.
Dope.
That's what's up. That's what's up.
Dope.
How about you, Tom?
I just want to say this to anybody that's giving up on marriage, like as in not even wanting to try it. Let me tell you right now, I'm on my third marriage, and I have not even thought about giving. Well, no, I take that back. I thought about giving up, but it wasn't giving up on the person. It was giving up on the circumstances. Mm-hmm. The person herself, she's amazing, and she's right. So I want to just urge people to know that just because something went wrong, I don't care how many times it went wrong, you can get it right. I know people that's been married 5 times.
Mm-hmm. We got one more call.
Hey, what's up? Calling you on the air.
Hey, this D. Hey, everybody.
Hey, what up,
So I was going to type this in the chat, but I just wanted to call in and just tell you guys, like, this topic is so amazing.
Thank you.
Thank you.
To see real black men get on here and talk about being done with marriage and not being done with marriage is just so amazing. So I just want to tell you guys, do not be done with marriage.
Okay.
Just be patient.
Thank you.
Hey, I appreciate that.
Because the women today don't have the mindsets that they need to conform to marriage right
Absolutely.
now. But it's coming. So I just wanted to tell you guys to be encouraged, because I don't want y'all to be done with marriage. I want y'all to
We appreciate it.
definitely go forth in marriage and to be those men out here, because we need them. And yes, women, we got to be accountable for our actions. We got to be accountable. Women don't like to be accountable. Women don't like to be submissive, because submission is obedience. And that mindset is a woman going into being submissive. The trauma response is already, I don't want to do that.
Yeah.
That's the trauma response immediately. It has nothing to do with who the man is going into it, because if you are going to be a submissive woman, then you're automatically going to go into any relationship being submissive because you chose the relationship.
Ooh,
definitely.
Okay.
Hey,
well, we thank you for calling.
That was fire, D. Thank you for calling.
Hey, mic drop.
All right, so y'all be encouraged, okay?
Most
Thank
definitely.
you.
All right. You got anything you like to add?
I just want to add that I'm an advocate of love, and love is something that is an action word. And I encourage all men to, like the guys that said on the panel, be accountable, communicate, and be transparent. That's the way love is, and you will get married one day.
Absolutely. Likewise, I believe in my vision. I will be married again. You know what I'm saying? So somebody's going to be in my kingdom, and you will be blessed. So we just like for you guys to tune in next Wednesday. For Quita Q will be with Creative Emotions. I'm sure she's going to bring some fire also, something to educate the ladies. I would like to thank all our callers. You guys really contribute some words of wisdom. All the men on this panel for being transparent and honest.